Welcome back. Glad you are still watching RTV News. I'm Hassan Kibirango, your guest anchor tonight. On the international scene, inflation in Zimbabwe has climbed above 100% for the first time since last June. It now stands at 131.7%. The levels of hyperinflation are hurting the local manufacturing industry, and there are concerns that it could lead to joblessness. We have this report courtesy of Al Jazeera.
Well, where do I start from? I've known you as Pastor Hassan Kibirango. I hope I'll get used to calling you something different. Author, leadership expert. I've seen you talk on a couple of events as a leadership trainer. So pastors are preachers, right?
Yeah, they do preaching. Preaching is part of what they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks, Aidan.
I'm very honored to have you.
Sure.
And thank you to my, every other time you don't see me in church, just know that
you're here. You're working.
Here.
Yeah, you're serving the nation.
I am.
That's a good thing.
I'm very, very pleased to have you.
Same.
How are you doing?
Very well. It's been an exciting journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a bit, but
I know.
It's good to see you again.
I know. I haven't. Weekends, every time. I'm glad you actually wrote this book. We are talking about this book tonight, and we are talking about this man that I've known for a couple of years now, close to maybe 8 years.
About
now.
8 years.
The gift of Mondays. We are discussing Monday on Friday. But thank God it is Friday.
Thank God it's Friday, right?
It is Friday. And that's actually one of the reasons that, let's start from there. Before I ask you who you are and what inspired the book itself, tell us about your Mondays and your Fridays.
Yeah.
How are they? Do you actually get the difference? Like you feel it? Do you have Monday blues?
No, I don't have Monday blues. I'm excited every time Monday is coming up because I've always loved the concept of work.
Yeah.
Which is what came up. This book came out of the concept of the idea that work is a good thing, and we shouldn't wish it away, curse the day, and then enjoy and speak good about Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Oh God, it's Monday. Yeah, so it's one of those things that is quite exciting.
And the Friday?
Friday is pretty much the same as Monday for me. It's a work day. I'm excited. I have a burst of energy on Friday as I do Monday as well. So
for me, Friday is one of the most exciting days. And it's not because I'm looking forward to going out and, going to Gisimenti and, drink on the streets and all that. It's because I get to host people like you.
Sure.
And they get to sit in here and, they, have this experience of what I go through in the course of the week. How did it go for you?
Oh, my goodness. Nerve-wracking, and but, it's I always sit on the other side of the screen. So sitting here, reading the news is it's surreal for me.
It's a marathon, actually. If you look at it, it's just back to back. So let's talk about the gift of Monday. What inspired the book? I mean, a lot has been already said about the book, media reviews and everything. But which one line that you actually look at and you're like, this describes the entire book?
Yeah. So for me, the gift of Monday was written out of a passion and a desire to see people fall in love with work as a concept and not tolerate it, yet we can't do without it. It's a gift. Ultimately, Monday represents work. And this book was inspired by an article, really so many things inspired it, but it's an article I read while in the lockdown, 2020, that in a certain country in the West, 80% of heart attacks that happen to working males usually catch them between 8 to 9 a.m. on Monday morning. And a few of them actually succumb to heart attacks. So I dug deeper and did research, and I realized that Monday and work is killing people. So anxiety, stress, depression, all those things, Monday blues, as you mentioned, is causing people for their hearts to give way. And I realized, how do we turn the tide of hatred and tolerance for work to one of joy and excitement and seeing it as a gift, because it indeed is a gift.
The Monday anxiety actually kicks in Sunday evening.
Absolutely.
And I get to have that as well. Every other Sunday evening, I'm like, Another week.
Another week, yeah.
Another Monday coming up. So what has been the reaction? I mean, it's been out for a couple of days now.
Yeah.
What has been the reaction, and what has been the most pleasing reaction of the book?
I think even the title itself is a bit, it's counterintuitive. When you say the gift of Monday, it triggers a thought. How can Monday be a gift? In fact, somebody walked up to me recently and said, Hassan, I love to hate my Mondays. What is this you're writing about Monday being a gift? So because of that and the curiosity it raises, it has really been received well, because deep down inside, people really want to find a place of purpose and passion in their work and labor, and anything that can help them, jolt that inspiration is something that is welcome. So I'm really, really amazed that this book has been received well. In fact, my publisher told me, imagine we publishers, that this is the first book of its kind in Rwanda, written by a Rwandan, that is in the self-help category, if you will. Yeah. And I thought that was really a privilege and an honor for me to contribute to.
It's a challenge. I need to start thinking about writing books now.
Yeah.
Do you have one of the favorite paragraphs or a line or whatever that actually best describes this book? Yeah,
I think for me, one of the things is I went into the idea of the number one reason that people hate work, and this is statistics, is actually their bosses. It's not the environment, it's not the pay, it's leaders. So I have a chapter in there called The Boss Factor. It's really written to leaders. And in The Boss Factor, I talk about boss being the common denominator of team health. And maybe I can read something from that chapter as I close the boss chapter. And this is what I write and say. As you grow in your leadership, strive to become the boss that people want to work for, report to, and serve under. Develop the traits that make for a great boss, and unlearn the traits that make for bad ones. There is no greater legacy for a leader than to have a positive imprint in the hearts of the people he or she has had the opportunity to lead. There is no greater stewardship for a leader than the stewardship of people. When all is said and done, you want it to be said of you that you were a good boss who took care of the people in your care.
Hi, bosses. Yes, I think we get to learn from this. Just an extract of what we should expect in this book. Mm-hmm. How much is this book?
So this book is being sold by the publisher at 15,000 francs. Yeah. And next week it should be out in the different bookstores in the city. And in about 2 weeks, we'll be putting it online as well. So people who want to read it digitally can access it on Amazon and Kindle and so on.
The Gift of Mondays. Before I let you go, does this book in any way resonate to your life?
Oh, yes, it does. It does.
Your upbringing or something?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I grew up in a working family. I started working when I was 11 years old. Now, legally, that was child labor, but because of the circumstances of my growing up, so I was trained to work, and I developed a work ethic as a young person and developed a passion for work really from a tender age. I started doing business at the age of 16. So pretty much the majority of my life has been working. So I am passionate about work. And that is why this book is really drawn out of my own work experience. And I know this for a fact, that you can love what you do. And you shouldn't be in the category of people who dread Mondays and wish them away, because work is a gift. It is a gift, and it's a good thing.
Okay, we don't have much time, but quick fire questions.
Yes.
What is your favorite book?
Oh, wow. That's difficult to answer because I'm an avid reader, so I have so many favorites. One in the leadership category, I would say The 360-Degree Leader by John Maxwell. And one in the productivity category, I would say there's a book I'm reading actually called Deep Work by a gentleman called Carl Newport.
Can I visit and get to have a few copies?
Sure.
So you're right now entirely focusing on the book, or you're also doing something else?
Yeah, so I'm doing book tours and all that, and speaking about the book. My social media is buzzing with the book. Yeah, but I'm currently also managing a program called I Lead Rwanda, and this is a program that is a brainchild of the John Maxwell Leadership Foundation, and it's being stewarded in Rwanda by an organization called African New Life Ministries. And that program is taking values-based leadership into schools, secondary schools, in Rwanda and universities. So it's a new program, but we are looking to take leadership into schools and help raise values-based leaders in our Rwandan society. So that's what I'm doing currently.
You forgive me if I say Pastor Hassan. Many thanks
that's
for
okay.
your time.
Thank you.
I've known you for that.
Yeah, I still do pastoral work. It's something I'm very passionate about. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me, Ethan.
Really a pleasure. And I look forward to, do you have something coming up? Another book?
Very soon.
Very soon?
Yeah.
For real?
Yes. In about a year, I have another book coming up.
We can't wait to host him discussing the next book. But for now, it's The Gift of Man. And you can find it around the city of Kigali. And the publishers themselves also have a couple of copies.
Yes.
They are Imagine We publishers. Dominic is a friend, and I think I'll go. Dominic, I need a copy of this. Until next time, me and my guest anchor, and of course, author, pastor, preacher, leadership trainer, Hassan Kibirango, and the entire news production team, many thanks for your company indeed. Bye for now.